My 13-year-old daughter just explained to me, in tears, that she is suffering with social anxiety. Until we can get a therapist appointment, the right book might help a little. She is a true bookworm and likes to read through her problems. Any suggestions on a self-help book for teens with social anxiety, general anxiety, depression? I'm determined to get her the help I wish I'd gotten. A therapist is definitely at the top of the list. I'm just thinking a book might give her some comfort in the meantime. Therapists are hard to get in with in my town. As far as the book goes, she obviously doesn't like to be spoken to like she's a child, being 13, so probably nothing geared towards children. Thanks so much for your help. Bella6754 comments, I'm a 15-year-old girl who's going through similar things. I have severe OCD and social anxiety, and the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens has helped me a lot, especially the mission statement part. Another book I will be buying and reading soon is The Shyness and Social Anxiety Workbook for Teens by Jennifer Shannon, which was recommended by the author of The 7 Habits. Shinabina responds with, I read this book when I was about 11. I think for an older teen it might be helpful, but for me it caused a lot of damage. There are a lot of useful principles in that book. But one of them is to be proactive, and it generally emphasizes productivity and responsibility. I took this too literally and blamed myself a lot for what was going on in my life that was actually out of my control. As long as there is no dysfunction going on, I think it can probably be helpful. The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown was very helpful for me as a teen, but I was 16 to 17 when I read it. The emphasis is on accepting yourself and how what makes you imperfect is not at all bad. Which in my opinion is more useful to a teenager than how to be highly effective. 2 Old Cats 2 comments, that's what I was gonna say. Smiley face. Keith responds with, personally I found reading about the science behind the brain works. Khan Academy, a free app, has a bunch of informative lessons. Obviously it's not a book, however I'd still highly recommend. Good luck. Lo Kao Rai agrees, seconding studying brain science. Mind Wide Open is a good, accessible book about neuroscience. Understanding elasticity helped me feel a lot more agency regarding anxiety/depression. Foolish username adds, good books for her to get lost in and hear messages about self-esteem, and working through problems would be any of the books by Tamora Pierce. They are still some of my favorites. Zarger says, wow, I didn't think about this when reading the post, but I agree wholeheartedly. I read Tamora Pierce at 13, and these are great books. All have strong female leads who overcome situations, all super inspiring, for example, acting on scary dreams to standing up for oneself. All of her books are worth reading. The first books of the series I'd recommend starting with are Alana, First Test, and Wild Magic. Molotov Popsicle recommends, I always found the book Illusions, by Richard Bach to be comforting. It's about our own role in relationships and understanding and managing our own expectations. However, it does this from a very high level, removing some of the personal elements and making it easier to approach. I personally found the book to be very helpful in my own struggle to fit in with the world and to learn how to not take things personally when I felt like I was being treated unfairly or had issues fitting in. It lays out a framework for a worldview where the individual isn't emotionally dependent on others for approval, and it emphasizes that the pain we feel is real, but that it doesn't have to control us if we don't let it. Mary Payne 666 recommends, the book Walk Two Moons was so good at putting into words a lot of fears and feelings about the world when I was a young girl. I hope that helps. That guy Keith agrees, great book. Also I think getting engrossed in good fiction helps with anxiety regardless of the topic/genre of the book. I hope these book recommendations has pointed you in the right direction in your path towards overcoming social anxiety. The links to all of the book recommendations can be found in the description down below. If anyone has any more book recommendations, feel free to put them in the comments down below. And with that, keep it real and I will see you in the next one.